As we all know, Stickwarlegacy is an absolute unbalanced mess. There are skins that are just flat out better than other skins, and there are spells that are so powerful they can win you the game on their own. But a big part of Stickwar's balance is the spell system, and there are some spells that are just so much worse than their counterparts, you have to wonder why they even exist. Today, we're going to go over some of the most useless spells in the game, the ones that are just a complete waste of your precious gems. We're going to break down what they do, why they're so bad, and what you should be using instead. Let's get into it! Alright, let's start at the absolute bottom of the barrel, the F tier. And our first offender is Archidon Rain. For 40 gems, this spell makes flaming arrows fall from the sky for about 5 seconds. Sounds cool, right? Wrong. The description itself says it deals only minor damage. But the real kicker? The arrows will not hit the enemy statue. So what's the point? You're spending 40 gems on a spell that tickles the enemy units and completely ignores the main objective. You're almost always better off just training 2 or 3 of your own Archidons who will deal consistent damage and actually target the statue. This spell is, without a doubt, one of the worst investments in the game. Next up in the F tier, we have the Pouncer Dead. For 30 gems, you summon a single zombie that jumps past the enemy's front lines to attack backline units like Archidons or Miners. This sounds like a great idea on paper, an assassin to take out key targets. But here's the problem, it's just one guy. The game's own guide admits that having a single Pouncer Dead is very useless. It gets absolutely melted the second it lands, a simple ground of speartons will stop it in its tracks, and a giant will just stun and obliterate it. To make any impact, you need to buy and save up a whole bunch of them. But at that point, why wouldn't you just build a real army? It's a high cost, zero impact spell. Avoid it. And rounding out our F tier of truly awful spells is the Toxic Dead. For a whopping 40 gems, you get a slow moving zombie that lobs poisoned body parts at the enemy. The main appeal is supposed to be the poison damage over time. However, the upfront damage is described as minimal, and the poison effect? It's rendered almost completely useless by a simple spearton palax. Even better, if the enemy has the vampiric skin, the Toxic Dead becomes a complete joke, since it can't deal poison and its regular damage is pitiful. For 40 gems, you get a slow, fragile unit that is countered by the most basic strategies in the game. It's just terrible. But real quick, this video is dedicated to this guy. But for the next few videos, I'll be dedicating them to a random subscriber who likes and comments. And since a very small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed, there's a high chance that if you subscribe, like, and comment, a future video will be dedicated to you. But anyways, back to the video. Okay, moving up slightly to the D tier. These spells aren't completely useless, but they are so outclassed by other options that you should never ever pick them. First up, Raise Gold. For 20 gems, you can spawn a brand new gold mine on your side of the field. In the Stickwar wiki, it says that it is really useful in Endless Deads when you run out of gold. And okay, fine. In that one specific mode, it has a use. But in a standard campaign or tournament match, it's awful. Why? Because for the exact same 20 gems, you can buy Miner Hustle. This spell makes your miners work twice as fast for 30 seconds, resulting in a massive gold boost that lets you build an army early and steamroll your opponent. Why would you slowly build a new mine when you can just make your existing miners work like they're on 5 cups of coffee? Miner Hustle gives you an immediate, overwhelming advantage, while Raise Gold just gives you another chore. It's completely outclassed. Next in D tier is the Summon Stone Spearton Dead, or the Stone Giant. This one costs a massive 300 gems. For that price, you get a giant undead with high health and damage. He looks cool, I'll give him that, but he is not worth the price. The Stickwar wiki itself points out his weaknesses. He has a slow reaction speed and can be countered by a meat shield of speartons backed up by Archidons, or just a swarm of your own giants. For the same 300 gems, you could buy the Golden Spearton, who is an incredibly durable tank that attacks faster than a regular spearton and regenerates his spear. Or you could just save up a little more and get something truly game-breaking like the Kai Rider. The Stone Giant is a big, expensive target that just doesn't provide the value its price tag suggests. Now we're in C tier. These spells aren't terrible, but they're mediocre and generally not worth the gem cost compared to the A and S tier powerhouses. Let's start with the Golden Archidon. For 150 gems, you summon a single powerful Golden Archidon. It has more health and damage than a regular Archidon and is only slightly weaker than the hero Kytchu. The problem is the cost. 150 gems is a lot for just one unit that can still be killed relatively easily. For the exact same price, you can get Heal All spell, which heals all of your units to full health. Think about it, would you rather have one slightly better archer or the ability to bring your entire army back from the brink of death in a desperate moment? The value just isn't there. The Golden Archidon is a win more spell. It's only good if you're already winning. Heal All can actually turn the tide of a losing battle. And our final useless spell for today is Summon the Elite. This spell costs an insane 500 gems. For that, you get 4 fully upgraded speartons and 4 fully upgraded archidons. That sounds like a decent little army, but let's do the math. This is terrible value. Think about what else you can do with your gems. For only 50 gems, you can get Training Haste, which dramatically speeds up your unit production. Pair that with a 20 gem Miner Hustle, and for just 70 gems total, you can pump out a much larger and more sustainable army than what this 500 gem spell gives you. The Stickwar wiki even warns that if the enemy has their own reinforcements, your elite troops can easily get outmatched. It's a panic button that costs way too much for what it delivers. So there you have it. While Stickwarlegacy has some incredibly powerful and game-changing spells like the Kai Rider and Training Haste, it's also filled with these dudes. Spells that are either too expensive, too weak, or just completely overshadowed by far superior alternatives. The key to winning is spending your gems wisely, and spells like Archidon Rain, Pouncer Dead, and Summon the Elite are just not it. You're better off focusing on economy with a Miner Hustle, overwhelming production with Training Haste, or late game monsters like Griffon the Great. But hey, that's just my take. What spells do you think are the most useless in Stickwarlegacy? Did I miss any? Let me know down in the comments. I read all of them. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more strategy guides. A special thank you to my channel members who helped make this video possible. And until next time, keep conquering.
A special shout out to the best comments in the last video.